UFC Denver was not that bad. I think that if you go into these things with lower expectations, then you won't be disappointed. And I personally wasn't disappointed with UFC Denver at all whatsoever. I thought it was a cool card and had some pretty good performances on it. And I'll dive into what I think should happen after those performances. But before I do that, make sure that you like, share, subscribe to the channel. That definitely helps us out and gets us out to more people. So we definitely need that, and we definitely need your help to do that. But
ladies and gents, it's officially that time of the year. Sun's out, guns out, and let's not forget about the buns out too. Thanks to the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra from Manscaped, you can make sure everything's smooth from your pubes to your bum. Yes, we're talking about keeping your boys downstairs cool while turning up the heat everywhere else. Now let me tell you about the Lawn Mower 5.0 Ultra. This trimmer is a game changer with its dual LED spotlights and skin-safe technology to help reduce grooming accidents. Whether you're at the beach, by the lake, or stepping out of the shower, this waterproof wonder has got your back and your front. Believe me, after a close encounter with my old trimmer last summer, I wouldn't go anywhere else. Thanks to Manscaped, my confidence and my sack are both looking better than ever. And because we love giving back to our fans, here's an exclusive offer for you. Head over to manscaped.com and use promo code MTW to get 20% off plus free shipping. Yes, you heard right, 20% off and free shipping with code MTW. But wait, there's more. Like this video, share it on Instagram or Twitter, tag us, and leave a comment below, and you'll be entered in our drawing to win a free Lawn Mower 5.0. Don't miss this chance to elevate your grooming game. So, what are you waiting for? Join the Smooth Sack Summer movement with Manscaped. Get on board or get left behind.
Diving into the fights. The first person I want to talk about is Silva and his destruction of Drew Dober. Drew made it entertaining, but it was the Silva show. He murdered that man's eyes, and it looked disgusting. But what should he do after this? A lot of people are putting out there that he should fight another fighter in the featherweight division. I've seen people say Dan Ige. I've seen people say Andre Fili, but I think that he should stay at lightweight. I haven't seen that it's a consistent problem with him as far as missing weight, but I do think that he feels more comfortable there, at least from the way that he was leading into the fight. So I gave him a fight in the lightweight division, right on the fringes of the top 15. I think a good person for him to match up with would be Diego Ferreira. Diego Ferreira is a little bit longer in the tooth, but he's coming off of 2 TKO wins. And I think that would be a fun, exciting, very violent fight for both men. And I think that it would push whoever won right on the edge of that top 15, maybe replacing RDA in the rankings. I think that would be dope. The next fighter that I'm going to talk about is none other than Gabriel Bonfim. He took on Ange Lusa and looked pretty good doing it. Ange gave him a little bit of trouble as far as just his durability, but in my opinion, Bonfim looks like a person who is a future contender in the division. And a fight that I would think that would be beneficial to him next would be to see him against Chaos Williams. That would be an exciting fight. That would test both of their striking ability, and it would put their finishing ability on display as well. I don't think that fight makes it to the end, and I think that we would all benefit from watching that fight and how exciting it would be, for sure. The third fight is somebody actually who lost, but I think they had a great opportunity, even though they weren't able to capitalize fully on it, but they did show some flashes of brilliance, and that's Tracy Cortez. Yeah, I know she got her eyelash knocked off. It kind of flew away like a little butterfly. But in the 5th round of that fight, she showed why she could be somebody who could make some noise in this division later on. This was her first loss in the UFC, and her first loss in quite some time. I think she was 11-1 heading into this. So I think that a good fight for her would be to continue to reward her and allow her to fight up, but not as far up. I think a good fight for her would be Amanda Ribas. That would be very exciting. Both are very popular females, and they would go well on a numbered card. Perhaps UFC Noche. I'm just throwing it out there. I think that would be a good fight for UFC Noche. And I think that's a good reward for her for stepping in on short notice. That would be beneficial to both women. And the last one I'm going to talk about is the last person to walk out during the event, the two-time champion. And for some reason, well, I'm not going to say for some reason, but I think I know the reason. But she's kind of polarizing. But that's Rose Namajunas. She's the one that walked out with the victory at the end of the night. And it's interesting. She's got 2 wins at strawweight, flyweight, not strawweight. And yeah, she's stringing things together. She's at the top of the division. And I think a good fight would be just to rebook the Macy Barber fight. And that fight has title implications in it. I think that anybody that wins that fight is right on the doorstep of challenging for a title. You have Manon Farrow there, you have Shevchenko, but I think that this person, whoever were to win out of those two, would be right there on the doorstep. Not to mention you have the narrative, if it is Rose, the narrative of somebody trying to capture a second belt. And if she beats Macy Barber, she would definitely be deserving of a crack at a second belt. I know how people feel about Rose, but I personally can't deny that she's a future Hall of Famer. She dropped Tracy in this fight, and that's what you want to see in championship level fighters. You want them to put on a display to show that they're way better than the person that they're fighting, especially if they're lower in the division. And I don't think that fight was particularly close. So Rose against Macy would be a dope fight to see who belongs at the top of title contention. I know I'm going to get a lot of pushback on some of these, but I don't care. I want to hear what you got to say, though. Throw that down in the comments. And yeah, till next time.